So find that property management. What I did, I just drove around the area we were gonna buy in, and I just called every property management company, and they basically told me the same price for 10%, whatever. But they wanted like $5,000 to put into the account, like for
maintenance,
renovations and stuff like that. And that's what I didn't want to do at the time, because I was like, man, I'm just good at this property.
Right.
So that's another reason why I didn't do it. But
okay,
yeah.
Well, you shared a lot about your experience with purchasing your first income property. I want to segue into maybe some mistakes you may have encountered along the way. What are some things you wish you could have done differently back then?
Now, contractors. I would have did that totally different. But the people that we use, they were saving grace because they were the prices. Yeah, they were the prices we needed. And matter of fact, I end up meeting my mentor Q through this process. He lives pretty close to crazy. Honestly, I forgot how I met. Oh yeah, so a painter. I met a painter through my plumber. The painter.
That's right.
The painter lives in the building that Q owns. So he called Q over to look at the property. And at the time, my cousin was still living there, and it was all messed up. And so they were kind of like it's not empty, you know. So I ended up calling the painter back after everything was cleaned out. We pulled up the carpet, and he was like, man, you got to come over here. So Q came back over here with him, and that was like how our relationship started. He took both of us over to his building. Property. He had just remodeled a 2-bedroom unit in one of his buildings. So
dope.
Yeah, like really nice, and he's really really meticulous about things.
And
so after I met him that day, I knew this is what I'm meant to do, because I see somebody else do it, and they sitting there telling me, "You gonna let us in the end?"
And he was passionate about
it. Yeah,
and then you can see it with the work that he was doing.
So he helped me. He helped me with our 1-bedroom. With our 1-bedroom unit, him in the 1-bedroom unit. I went over there a little bit. I learned a lot because I was working at USC at the time, so I was pretty much really close to the property. So I would leave when I wasn't supposed to. But I would leave, go to the property, check on them, ask questions, walk me through the whole process. So that was like godsend, and we talk to this day.
And he didn't mind sharing knowledge. That's one thing I liked about Q. He didn't mind sharing, his experience with you. And if you wanted to know, hey, how do I put this floor down? Like, he was like, go ahead, get the tools, get the material, let's go.
And he gave us like a crazy deal. Like at that point, I was my pop man. I was so broke at that time, man. Like I had to get that property started generating income because it was just put money, thousands of dollars into it. And meeting him, otherwise, we probably would have never finished because we were just so in debt
and burnt out.
Yeah, so you finished the 1-bedroom unit with us, but the 3-bedroom 2-bath unit. This is one thing. So this is another reason I started Lambert Investments. I offer project management. So when you're dealing with contractors, a lot of them really aren't who they say they are.
Right.
They take on these big jobs and they run from job to job.
Kind of sell you a dream sometimes.
Yeah, they run from job to job. When it's time to pay them, they're there. Everybody's there doing everything. As soon as you pay them, they run to the other job, and it's taking way longer than it's supposed to. And in the income property game, the longer that unit is out, you're not making no money. So you paying them, but you're not making any money. So
Right.
that's a negative, double negative for you. So, not really vet. It's kind of hard to vet a contractor, but I want to help people not get jugged by a contractor. Like, so that was kind of like my whole thing. Teach people how to acquire their investment and how to maintenance. Keep it maintenance, because if you don't maintenance properties, they aren't worth anything. And people come in our neighborhoods, they buy stuff for cheap and they sell it for high. And we sitting there looking like, man, we could have sold that.
Right.
We could have did that. And they're not spending a lot of money at all. So, sorry, I'll get off track a little bit.
So, in terms of your mistakes,
I
hear you said one thing for sure was, what I got from that is not giving a contractor too many projects at once, kind of breaking it down. Hey, maybe start at the bathroom first. Then let's see, let's critique that. And then, boom, let's move on to another project. Because in our situation, like you mentioned, on time for the money, he definitely saved us a lot of money too. But
it took 8 months. It took 8 months.
I was getting flustered and frustrated. You were the one like, no, let's just stick with them. I'm like, no, cancel them. No, but.
And then too, what they do is they come in and tear your property up. They gut everything. And it's like, what are you going to do after that? Like, you're pretty much, they have you at their disposal. A lot of times people don't know, the average person don't know nothing about putting up drywall. We don't know what's actually what they're telling us what it really is. So after they tear everything up, you got to pretty much do what they say. So that's the reason why I do the project management, because I keep the contractors, I keep them on a schedule, especially with money, because everything is driven with money. So I keep them on a schedule. Okay, we have to finish this part of the project before you get paid. Okay, next project, we got to finish this part before we get paid. Okay, we got to do this drywall before we get paid. Okay, and then we talk about permits. Okay, when this permit, when they come out and this permit and it passes, you get paid a portion. But you have to keep them in check like you do anything else, because otherwise you don't know what's going on. Your project's taking way longer than possible. Way longer than it's supposed to, and you just sitting there looking crazy. And that's whether you're for your primary residence or it's for income property. So
you gotta micromanage a little bit, essentially.
Yeah, a lot, because a lot, and especially when you really, that's not your expertise.